Welcome back. I didn't pay much attention to this. What's this down here? I noticed that it's green. At least it's numbers. Seems like a bonus level of some sort. Adventureland. It can't just be Glove World, unless Glove World wasn't a thing yet. No, this is clearly based on Glove World. There are even gloves here. Why is it not Glove World then? Oh, that's the idea. I didn't realize you actually pick those up. Not quite sure what I want to do. If I pick stuff up, I can buy things. Get prizes. I don't know why I would want any of these things, really, but, I'm not really sure, but, I guess I can only go there every so often or something like that, probably. Or maybe not. I can come back. I don't know if anything happens if we don't exit by the end of it. Interesting, I only have 10 now. Is it gonna, because I only got 10 more than last time. And this is back in the day when you were expected to actually read the manuals for things before you played them, which is a lot harder to do nowadays. It's hard to get your hands on the manuals for things, so there's an explanation for this somewhere. I just don't have access to it in game, so I have to kind of figure things out this way, which kind of gives, and playing games like this kind of gives these sorts of games an interesting, like, mysterious allure to them, because you have to figure things out in a certain way. And of course, there were older games where that was actually the case, where you just had to figure everything out yourself without basically anything being told to you, except for word of mouth from whoever else happened to play the game, or whoever's uncle worked at Nintendo. I could try to get the other three, but I don't know if I should bother. I don't think I actually remember this one. But I remember there being a boss at some point. And then there's another level that I remember never getting past, so I don't know. But so far it doesn't seem like it really matters if you collect all the spatulas and levels, so I guess I won't worry about those. Honestly, the 3 environments in this game don't look too bad. Oh, you know? I'm starting to even wonder if this was the game I thought it was. Honestly, the level that I had never completed. But no, I'm pretty sure it is the same one. What are those? Oh, those like squids? It's hard to tell what they are, like, fish-wise. For some reason I have really hard... Oh wait. For some reason I have a really hard time visualizing where it is you can stand on these trees. You look at them like in 3D, it's kind of weird how they look actually, because you have a vertical component and a totally horizontal one. And then SpongeBob also just kind of passes through things, as I think SpongeBob is always rendered on top of everything else, no matter what. Which makes it look a little weird when he's passing through something. It's interesting seeing how people manage to make 2D and 3D work. That's not something you ever really see anymore. I thought for a second that Jellyfish came out of that planet's mouth. But Super Mario 64 did a lot of that, for instance, to generally decent effect, because they were usually really judicious about when they did it. Usually for spherical things and whatnot, we couldn't tell that much anyways. And where they couldn't otherwise render a sphere anyways, because of the lag polygons. Did not expect to see you down there. Folks do not hurt me, okay. This game is not overly malevolent to you, I notice, which is kind of nice. terms of like what can hurt you. So you can't throw jellyfish at those things, which is precisely what I think you would want to do. Like, hey, a thing with hooks on it, and yet it doesn't hurt me. That's amazing. Jellyfish, it don't hurt me. It feels like a very nice, cushy world. Although that does not look too bad either, honestly. You don't need to make up every last one of these specials anyway, so I won't worry about that, I guess. I did notice that those little prizes do get listed on your save file. Oh, can I cut up from here? Guess not. Now I'll do some acrobatics. I might as well get this then. There we go. Like there's a little shake effect when you hit the ground from high up. Although, one, you don't get hurt, and two, it doesn't make a sound. The sound not being made is a little weird. I think here if you fall into the spikes you just die, remember right? And I don't see what else could happen here, honestly. So I'll just assume that's the case. It always weirded me out a little bit in lots of older games where you have, and some newer ones too, but most of the older ones, where you would find yourself in a situation where, oh, come on. How do you complete these levels without picking up the item that you need? Or what happened if you did?
Ah! Now to find the bread. But where?
Capital B.
I know! Bikini Bottom has loads of bread.
But that's lowercase b bread. You need the bread. Anyways. Yeah, though, lots of older games did that for some reason, where you had, like, things that would not pose much threat to you, like, they'd hurt you some way or another or whatever, and you could just get back health or whatever. And then they'd have sections where, all of a sudden, there's just stuff that kills you instantly. Like, things that can crush you and kill you instantly, or, like, pits you can fall into and die instantly, or spikes that you touch and die instantly from. It's kind of weird when games do that, I think. Yeah, some of it's... Whenever I look at over things like this, it's interesting trying to figure out what is just video game culture changing in, and one of it is... Oh, the ground ends on the left there. And one of it is... that... video games are still kind of figuring themselves out back then. Things like that. Some of it you can see is inspired by the older arcade oriented mentality of video games, whereas it was about getting a score, or there's lots of focus on score and things like that, partly because of replayability coming from getting a score and things like that, but there are lots of cases where you had a totally gratuitous score in games that didn't really serve any purpose whatsoever. Oh, this is the level that has the boss. It actually kills you. For sorry, it looked a bit like it would actually, like, shoot you upwards because there was stuff coming out of it. Okay. Boom! Just had to check. Thankfully I keep my net, I appreciate that. I would not be surprised if I respawn without it. I think you need it for the boss. I don't know how else I would hurt it. No explanation for why. Jeez. Those things are mean how they try to get you. I don't know what those are supposed to be based on from the show or anything. If anything. Come on, I was in the middle of like bounding animation. Here we go. Now we're getting to the fun part where you get enemies of all sorts seen at every place. There we go. Hey! You have some weird things like that building has collisions if you're high enough, but not otherwise. Oops, I wanted to go up there, but whatever. Not that big of a difference. This game is one of those games where you're kind of in the middle, where you kind of have a score in the sense of, oh, how am I trying to catch them? Because I can catch other flying things, so it makes sense that I'd want to catch these too. Okay, that look down does not do much. That works. There we go, look down up there. Just Iron Man out, why not? Ah. That's the thing when you have a health system like this game has, where it's just whether or not you have any of your health thing. In this case, that being spatulas. Now you can pick some back up, you don't die. Man, these things tend to zoom up to you before you can actually start a ground pound. Yeah, like I'm in like ground pound animation as they hit me half the time. It's really annoying. But those things are the most annoying thing I've encountered in this game so far, by far. Oh. That previously I was indicated the end of a level. Almost in this one. Here we go. Boss ends. With a handbook. Yep, I always thought this thing looked kind of awkward. Throwing stuff at it. Perhaps the monster is scared of jellyfish. It's a jellyfish. It's the mother jellyfish. Why would it be scared of jellyfish? Yep, it's interesting looking health meter down there. In case you accidentally left behind your net at some point, I guess. You have another one here. Oh, this one's very generous in the sense that I believe it does not regain health when you die. So the way that I beat this before is basically by just Iron Manning the whole thing. And just going through my lives. Not very dramatic fight music either. Also doesn't give you much feedback when you hit it. Oops. It also has the oddity, and it makes sense from a gameplay perspective, but it has the oddity of being smaller as you hit it. But what that means is it's harder to hit as it gets hit more. How I saw it just looks so strange though. Like I remember that tentacles look so odd, and it goes through things. Get back here. Orb red. What happened to going at the store? I'll be careful not to skip it this time. You done? Yes.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh!
Back already? That is definitely a sandwich fit for a superhero. Gonna need to think of something to test your superhero potential. And keep busy. Look, MM is not in great superhero condition at the moment, and he could really do with some pampering. Some kelp cream and a facial. Not for me, you understand.
Okay, so I'm piecing together the plot now. I guess Bronco Boy actually did ask for things in that opening cutscene. Sorry for skipping it. And I guess he's just taking advantage of SpongeBob at this point. Fair enough.
I'm on my way.
But yes, I remember this cutscene and the level that immediately follows it, I think. And not ever managing to get past it. Which we'll see next time. So from this point on, it's pretty much 100% blind. Huh, so that's how that works. Interesting. still don't know why I would bother with these different unlockables. These different prizes. They get listed on your save file, and I guess that's kind of everything. You also can't quit from here. You need to go into a level and then quit, it seems like. That's what happens. But that means that if I do want to go back to the main menu for a moment, it's weird menu navigation, but whatever. Oh, here we are. And yep, you have the prizes listed there for some reason. And here. We'll get to see that next time. And, I don't know if I want to actually... I have a new save file for why I still open cutscene it. I think I'll leave it as it is. I think we know enough about what happened. Or if it's really necessary, we can come back later. But anyways, as promised, I'll see you next time. We'll restart the next chapter. I don't know how many chapters there are or anything like that. So, we'll just have to see. Bye, everyone.